Hello friends, today we will discuss the design of cylinder. We are considering this cylinder for a internal combustion engine only. The various steps used for the design of cylinders are, before we are considering these steps, let us taking a diagram of the cylinder. In which the portion for studs are used, threaded portion. This is our cylinder. In this cylinder, this diameter is known as the inside diameter of the cylinder or bore diameter. This diameter is the outside diameter of the cylinder, and this diameter is the pitch circle diameter PCD for the threaded portions, and this is the total outer diameter of the flange. This thickness is known as the thickness of the cylindrical walls. This thickness is known as the thickness for the flange, and this distance, let us suppose we are considering, is the small a. Now we also know that in this cylinder the piston is moving, then we have given the 2 points. Let us assuming this point is your TDC, top dead center, and this point is your BDC point. Then the distance between these two, TDC to DDC, BDC, is known as the length of stroke, and this distance from this to this length is known as the length of the cylinders. These are the various parameters for our cylinder. This is the length of stroke or stroke length, total length of the cylinder. Now for designing purpose, if let us, we are assuming that the various values are, like this D is your inside diameter of the piston. This is the inside diameter of cylinder, or a diameter of piston or bore diameter of the cylinder. This is the outside diameter. This dP is your pitch circle diameter for the studs which we are using to join the cylinder head on this cylinder. Then this T is the thickness of cylinder wall. This TF is the thickness of flange. This L is your stroke length, and in most of design this should be considered as 1.25D to 2D, and this L is your cylinder length, and in most of our design it should be considered as, if we have this length of stroke, then both the sides we require this, then the allowances of 15% are given. That's why we can take it is your 1.15 into L. Now for designing, firstly we have to find the thickness of this. That's why the first step of our design is thickness of cylindrical wall. Then the thickness is given by this. This is your pressure inside the cylinder multiplied by the diameter upon twice sigma c plus c. This formula is used for the calculation of this thickness, in which this P is the pressure inside the cylinder, this D is the diameter or inside diameter, sigma c here we are using, this is your hoop stresses or circumferential stresses, and mostly the value of this sigma c is taken between 35 megapascal to 100 megapascal depending on the size and material of the cylinders. And this C is known as the allowances for reboring. If you want to rebore our cylinder, then this allowances is given, and from the design data book we can calculate the value of this allowances for reboring, and by the help of this we can calculate the thickness of the cylindrical wall. And after cylindrical wall, the next step of our design is to calculate the length and bore of our cylinder. Length and bore. We know that the power generated in this cylinder is known as the indicated power, and that's why the formula for the indicated power is used, in which this is the mean effective pressure multiplied by this length of stroke multiplied by the area and multiplied by the number of the working strokes divided by 60. By the use of this formula we can find the value of diameter of the inside diameter D, because we know that the length of the stroke is in terms of D. We are assuming here we are using this P mean is the mean effective pressure, but it is based on the indicated mean, because we are using the indicated power, and if we are using the brake power, then it is known as the brake power mean effective pressure. This L is your stroke length, and we have discussed in our starting that it should be equals to your 1.25 d to d. This A is the area, and this area is your pi by 4 d square. N is your number of working stroke, and this number of working strokes are considered as, if N is the RPM, then it is N for our 2-stroke engine, and this number of working stroke should be your N by 2 for our 4-stroke engine, because in 2-stroke engine the power is developed in a single revolution of the crankshaft, but in this case the 2 revolutions of the crankshafts are there. That's why the number of strokes are considered N and N by 2. By the help of this equation we can calculate the diameter or mean diameter of this, and by this we can calculate the length of the cylinder. And 15% allowances are given both the sides from this L, that's why it is your 1.15 into small l. We can calculate the length of cylinder, and we can calculate the inside diameter of cylinder. In case, if in any case the numerical brake power is given, then we are using the formula for the brake power, and the formula for the brake power is neta mechanical is given, mechanical efficiency is given. This is your brake power upon indicated power. That's why we are using this formula for calculation of the indicated power, and by putting the value from this in this indicated power equation we can calculate our required parameters. Second case, if we want to calculate the maximum pressure inside this cylinder, then this maximum pressure inside this cylinder should be your 9 to 10 times of the mean effective pressure, and we can calculate this mean effective pressure by a device which is known as the indicator mechanisms. Our next step is to calculate the stud or designing of the flange and stud. Flange and stud. Now if we want to design this flange, then we require this thickness of the flange, and empirically this thickness of the flange is considered as 1.2 times of T to 1.4 times of the T. In between these values we can choose our thickness for the flange. And now if we want to design the stud of our cylinder, then we know that the stud is a device which having threads both the sides. This is our design. A stud is the our stud, and if we want to design this stud, then we know that if the pressure in this cylinder is created, then due to the pressure it will exert a force in this, and due to this force, if the cover is there, then a tensile stress is generated in this stud portions. That's why the strength equation is your pi by 4 d square into P, where this d is the inside diameter of the cylinder, this P is the maximum pressure inside the cylinder. This should be equals to the strength of our thread. This is the strength of threads multiplied by the tensile strength of the stud and multiplied by the effective number of the studs required. This formula is used for the designing of our studs. Now if we are considering that the thread portion of this stud, then according to the nomenclature of the threads, we know that if this is our a thread portion, then according to the nomenclature we know that this diameter is your root or core diameter, and this outer diameter or maximum diameter is the nominal diameter or basal diameter, and if we are considering in between these, then this is known as the pitch diameter of the threads. If this is the core diameter, this is the pitch diameter, and this is the nominal or measure diameter of the threads, then the strength of this thread is the cross section of this threaded portions. If we are considering the cross sections about this root, then the cross section area is pi by 4 dc square. And in this, the value of this NS, number of this is not a data, this is NS, the number of the effective number of studs. This should be your 0.02 D plus 4. It means minimum 4 studs are required. We can calculate the number of the studs by having the value of this D, which we have calculated in our step second, and then the value of this sigma T for stud is your allowable stress or the allowable tensile stress of stud material. By having this value, we have the value of this, we have the value of this, this and this. By putting the value, we can find the value of this core diameter. This core diameter is calculated by the help of these equations. Now we want to calculate this nominal diameter, then the relationship for this nominal diameter is used. It should be your 0.75 times of the thickness of flange to equal to the thickness of flange. In between these two, we can calculate the value of this nominal diameter or measure diameter. But we want to calculate this pitch diameter of the threads also, and the pitch diameter of the threads, maximum and minimum limits are there. The maximum and minimum limits. This is our minimum limits, 19 into under root of this d. This d is your nominal diameter. 2. The maximum value is 28.5 into root d. This is our minimum pitch dia and this is our maximum pitch dia. Now the value for the threads are calculated dc, dp and d. But we have to check the value of this dp. It should be in between minimum and maximum. For the calculation of this, we have to calculate the pitch circle diameter also, and then the value of this dp should be equals to your d plus 3d. By having these values, now we can check the value of this dp for the threads, and for checking we are using the formula. We know that this pitch circle dia for the thread should be equals to your pi dp upon number of the threads. By putting the value of this, we can calculate this dp, and this dp should be in our limits. We can check by the help of this. This is complete about the flange and stud, and the last design is on head of cylinder and cylinder head design. In the cylinder head design, we can calculate the thickness of the cylindrical head. The cylinder head, it may be in this. Here is the hole for the stud. This is the hole for the stud, and this is our cylinder head. Now if we want to design this, then we have to calculate the thickness of this. This is the thickness of head, and if we are considering that this is the th, then this diameter is your inside cylindrical diameter d, and this diameter is the dp, pitch circle diameter for the studs. Now we have to calculate the value of this thickness, and for this we are using the relationship d under root of p into c upon sigma c. By the help of this relationship, we can calculate the thickness, in which this d is your inside diameter, this p is the maximum pressure inside the cylinder, and this c, where this c is a constant which we are using, but mostly the value of this constant is taking 0.1, and the value of this hoop stresses or circumferential stresses, mostly for our designing purpose, we are taking 30 megapascal to 50 megapascal. For our head design, we can take the value in between these two, and from this relationship we can calculate the thickness. And another designing parameter, we have to calculate the value of this a also, and for empirically this a is always given at small d plus 6, and we know that this small d is your major diameter of the threads, but up to a maximum value, and the maximum value is your 1.5 of d. This a is limited, this distance is limited. So friends, we have calculated all the parameters required for this cylinder, and this cylinder is for our internal combustion engine. Thank you.